I hate, even though I can be full of pretense all the time, in a podcast, I just can't bear it.
Okay.
So full disclosure.
Sure.
No, I was looking for the joke. I was looking for the joke. Sorry. That's what happens to me nowadays.
The Catholic schoolgirl in me was like, okay, what am I? I'm going to screw it up.
Then Mary will watch my face go blank. And at first she's worried. Then it goes, oh no, he's looking for a joke. All right, this will take a while.
It's a strange interlude. I have a lot of those.
I saw the studio.
Oh.
Magnificent. You had me, and we'll talk about Step Brothers. I was just knocked out by Step Brothers.
Oh, God. Your amazing wife in that film.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Well, let's just start there.
Yeah.
The scene with John C. Reilly as you come out the door and you confess was just knocked me out.
Okay.
So funny, so sexy, so like a million miles an hour, bold.
Oh, I was just holding on by the seat of my pants. I was terrified.
Because of Adam McKay.
Yes.
Will and
John C. Reilly. Yeah. Like I had never really I had a very bit part in Anchorman, but I certainly didn't come up in the comedy world. Like I never did sketch. I never did improv classes. I was like a theater actor. And then I was always kind of the class clown, I guess, but I never thought that I never wanted to audition for SNL. Like that just wasn't my thing. Like that just didn't move me. But I really wanted to do like non-paying off Broadway plays.
And you didn't. Look at you now. Oh, you did. You did your share of that.
Yes.
Right.
For sure. But a lot of student work.
Adam McKay was kind of the epitome. If I understand.
Yeah.
First off, I hate going to visit sets that I'm not part of. It's fun.
Yes.
I love to see my wife Mary.
Yes.
But truthfully, if you don't have a job on a set, it's mostly kind of boring.
Yes.
And
you feel a little like,
yeah. But not Step
When
Brothers.
Did you come?
They had sofas pulled around Video Village so people could come and sit for 2 hours.
Stop it.
And watch it because you do the text as written.
Yes.
And maybe in the morning.
Yeah.
And then you would come back and he would shout things over a microphone
which
for you to say.
Incredible things. Yeah.
So you do improvise.
Well, I can improvise, Ted, if it's like a character that I know. Like that if I know the givens, if I'm like kind of, I just couldn't be like, oh, my glasses.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
You did. That was very good.
Are you sure? I want to continue with the scene. But I definitely, it's only if I have like, if I'm like feel secure enough in who I'm playing. Yeah. Otherwise, it is panic attack. Like it's very difficult to just, there's such incredible improvisers that can just like relax and just like let it completely flow through them. And it's such a beautiful flow state to watch that. Like Farrell is like, like you just feel like you're watching something like sacred. Like you just cannot believe how easy it just flows out.
Yeah.
So that was a huge learning experience for me to be able to have the allowance to go there and like have so much like safety with John that that scene was just like rolled like so fun.
The kiss,
so fun.
Just the kiss alone was hysterical.
Yes.
It was almost never quite consummated.
No.
The lips were just kind of all over
for a
close
long time. Way too long. Yeah. That was, I do remember like ending that take. I think that was like a far into it too. Like I think we had done a bunch of different versions and McKay would guide us down the most trippy avenues. Like we were in that bathroom scene and there was a moment we were like really like in gross detail planning Adam Scott's character's death. Like so graphic. Like, and it went on for so long. And I love that we were able to do that. I mean, it was just, it was a blast. Like by the time I got over my like, oof. But I'll say Mary was awesome on that set because she didn't come from, as far as I know, like that kind of a world. And so the fact that she was so comfortable and so game and so supportive and just so psyched to be there and see what was made. I mean, it was very comforting to be in scenes with her.
Yeah.
Because she didn't push anything.
Her love, by the way.
Oh, please send her my love back. Yeah. one of the best humans. Yeah.
She and Richard Jenkins.
Yes.
After the first day and a half of watching John and Will improvise, they'd looked at each other and go, what are we doing here? And then they realized, oh, wait a minute, we are here to make it believable.
Them believable. Yeah.
They're the kind of allow the audience into this insanity.
Yes. They were like the anchors for sure. It allowed it. Like Mary was so grounding, like that you couldn't have done it without that, like without her. I mean, I want her to be my mom. Like she was so, my kid just went to college like last weekend. So I'm a disaster artist. But anyway, that was thinking about her and her like parenthood, and like she must have just been an incredible parent herself. I can only imagine.
She was.
Yeah. Yeah. And
she's a great grandmother.
Oh, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everybody, whenever you say how excited you are about your grandchildren, people, didn't you love your children? Yes. With all my heart.
Yes.
But this is different.
No, it's different.
It's a big different thing.
I got some time to wait for that, but I'm very excited for it.
Where is your son going to school? Can you say it without embarrassing him?
I think he would be so, he's on East Coast.
Okay,
just dropped him off. Yeah.
That'll do.
But he certainly can't see any of my movies from that particular chapter. He would be devastatingly embarrassed.
Embarrassed, but not inappropriate. It's not inappropriate for him to see that kind of movie just because it's your mom.
He can see that movie. I'm sure he's seen far worse, but the thought of his mom in a movie like that, or some of the other things I've done, is understandably a nightmare. So I wouldn't want that either. That would not be fun. But the first time I showed it to them, my husband and I fast forwarded so much of it that I think they saw a 17-minute movie.
Yeah, that's how my mother watched Body Heat.
Oh, I'm sure.
She literally had her hand, because I wasn't with her, but people told me she had her hand in front of her eyes the entire time.
No, I'm sure. Oh, exactly.
Mary did a film, Melvin and Howard, and she won an Academy Award for that.
God damn, Kathryn.
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
And she has a scene, because she's a dancer in this bar, where she is buck naked, full frontal.
Yeah.
Buck naked. And it's brilliant and it's wonderful. I just got a whole mess of people to go rent this now. But
please. Me?
Charlie, her son, when 15, maybe, and he and his buddies are just Friday night bored, flipping around. He goes out to get a sandwich and comes back into the room. His friend had innocently landed on that scene.
Oh, gosh.
But he clicked on it, and Charlie walked back in and just reamed him. He was so angry. That's my mom. What are you doing?
I've told this, but he said there was definitely a party early high school years where he walked in. There's a bunch of people around the TV watching it, and he just walked out. Like he was like, I can't. This is not the party for me. No. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, whatever. He's been able to really healthily separate from my job, like completely. Yeah. Like we love an Airbnb. We love like the four of us on a road trip. It's like
separate or just bored.
I'm sure
our kids are bored.
Yeah, I think bored.
The only way we get kids back then
craft
to come was, well, actually, we're working with so and so. Oh my God, so and so.
Yeah. Otherwise, forget it. No. My daughter loved craft service, and she loves a trailer. Like, could hang out in a trailer, like, loves it. Like, turning on the TV and the fake fire, and like, she just is like all spread out, does her homework.
You get a fireplace in your trailer? Oh.
A real, live, burning wood fireplace.
Did you take kids?
Transpo is psyched.
Did your husband, and did you all pack up and go to whatever location?
Yes, we did manically I did it for the first, until they were kind of ensconced in school. Right. And it was like, would Friends. Be selfish of us. Yeah, exactly. But it was really difficult for me not to be there every night. And, I'm sure Mary, it's
horrible being a mother and an actor. It is.
Yes. Any working mom, I'd say the same thing. Yes, it's just like anyone that feels like, that I cried when his umbilical cord fell off. So it was like a really difficult thing to be like, know that he was, and then when I started working across the country and like he got his driver's license and I was in Atlanta and I was like, I can't do the Life 360 because I don't want to be checking how fast he's going. And But yeah, it was either my husband would come with them or, someone, a helper, like a friend of a friend, or.
You're always in the wrong place
Yeah.
as a mother
Yeah.
who loves their job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always.
Yeah, because I love it. Like, but Ted, it was so interesting the last year that my son was at
I love
home.
the way you say Ted as a very quick aside in the middle of your point.
It sounds very
it's
political.
very professional.
I feel like I've heard it somewhere before. Like, don't politicians do that to be like, I'm connecting with you. That's what I feel like it's happening.
Well, you did connect.
Am I pulling at Obama? I feel like I was like, Ted, like it really is.
Sorry, I interrupted.
Oh, but
that was me improvising.
No, but it's so true. It's a real politician thing. Yeah. Ted, let me tell you something.
And I'm listening.
Okay.
And
We're
I believe it.
Keeping connected.
I interrupted you away from your point completely.
I can't remember what it was. I really can't.
Welcome to my world.
I know. Let's move on because I can't remember anything. What's it about?
Come on. We can do this. Two brains.
Yes, I know it. My last year as a mother at home with my son, his senior year, happened to be the year that I just was like, I'm not working. And ironically, it was the year that he was not home at all. Yeah. Like he just wanted nothing to do with us. So I was happy to be just in evidence. You know what I mean? Like just be there when he got home or whatever, or hang out. But it was like, the irony was it was like, it was so bittersweet and just, it's the year of lasts. I felt like it was but to me, it was like last President's Day. Like it was like the single thing that went by, and trying to keep it from him. Like it's not, he doesn't need to take any of that on. We're excited for him. Like all I want to do is cheerlead this incredible next chapter for him. I'm so proud of him. And it's a big one for all of us though. I didn't quite realize, Ted. I'm going to do that when any feeling comes. Okay, good.
I'm so excited.
I'm so cold. Whenever feeling comes, I'll just be like, Ted. See, I forgot it again.
By the way, last time you laughed, you had a little snort at the end, and it was really cool.
Is it cool?
Yes.
She's 52. It was cool. Maybe back in the day.
Very cool.
Okay.
And I'm 77,
I'll trust you.
so...
Oh my God, we're doing freaking great.
Yeah, thank you.
Every day. Yeah, we're doing freaking great. But I forgot. Let's move on.
I listened to you and Dax Shepard.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys were so fast that I literally had to put it on, slow motion so I could, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of caffeine. Yes.
Yeah.
There was a lot of caffeine. Not a lot of like sticking to something. We kept like barreling through. Definitely, for sure. I love that person.
Can I say private life? Private lives? Private life.
Private life.
So good. That's what I love, when people who are so intrinsically funny like you. And my image of you is like a downhill mogul racer. To pull off what you do, you just have to go, fuck it, and stick your, you ski over the tips of your skis and, and it's just so remarkable, so quick, so nimble. But then when you do something like Private Life, it's like the threat of how funny you are. And you're not being funny in those moments. I think this makes it so rich. I love that.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Paul is pretty remarkable.
Paul is remarkable. And like I just felt instantly like we were, weirdly, it just felt very fraternal, like very from the beginning. It just felt like we had just been family for years. And Tamara Jenkins, who wrote and directed it, is like, this is only her third film. And she only will say something when she needs to say it. And this was so personal to her.
While directing, you mean?
While
you're
writing
acting.
it.
Okay.
So like in terms of writing something, she'll only write it if like that is something that needs to be said by her. So the way that she directed this was like, when I saw it for the first time, it was like every little pixel on the screen was so investigated by her. Like she took such care of of every single detail. Like I remember there was like we were like pulling espresso, and she wanted to get the sound so clearly so that the audience could maybe even like smell it if they wanted to. Like it was that was one of my favorite experiences. And that part is both of their parts was just so heartbreaking. It's like achy because it was, like you said, it wasn't like, didn't tip over. And it was very important for her not to tip to, any sort of like, like weepy, maudlin or whatever. Yeah. Like we wanted to keep it in this like, which is my favorite tone. Like,
me too.
Isn't it the best?
Yeah.
What do you love about it? Like what
for me, it's like, this is not what you're saying, but I did a half hour so long that is 3 to 4 jokes a page kind of is the stereotype.
Incredible.
But
show.
To me, it scares the shit out of me now because it's like doing a music. It's music. There's a beat.
Yes.
And you don't have the ability to be indulgent in any way because you got to keep the beat. Yeah. And so when I do something, Bored to Death was that way for me, where it was funny. Mike Schur is that way for me. Mike Schur writes that kind of stuff where
he's so brilliant.
If you can be reflecting, not just funny, but reflecting human condition.
Yeah.
And that has a little hope in it. And that to me is my favorite thing. And I feel like I've gotten to the age now. I found Mike Schur. I mean, you know him.
Oh my gosh. So
and
glad
I found
that
him and I could work with him forever because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to be doing, including this. Loving on people and saying, wow,
so
thank you for
beautiful.
being so creative is kind of my job now.
I mean, and curiosity. That's what I really, really appreciate that.
That's in your work, by the way. You are always curious. Pretty cool.
I mean, I'm sure you would say the same thing. It's so unconscious, like a show like The Studio. You feel like it's like you're playing us. You have a specific note in that band, like, in that like musical, like you've got like, for it to, like you said, like for it to flow, you have to like hit a very specific sound. Otherwise it doesn't feel as, especially with good writing, like, you have with Mike and these guys, Seth and Evan and this writing staff's like, what? A, you don't need to ever kind of go outside of it. B, it would be embarrassing if you did because they'd have to start it all over from the beginning. If you had your, dumb improv slotted in there. Our camera operator was like certainly one of the cast because he knew exactly where to go. And that was the hardest. He was editing as we were doing it. So it's different than Step Brothers where it's like, still, and you're able to just kind of throw out alts in the middle of a scene that's also very technical because you're not like constantly connected with the person that you're doing the scene with. So all of it's so freaking fun.
It's more of an editor's movie.
Yes.
In that way.
For sure. Yeah. And Private Life felt that way also, but... And she was like, same note. It was like, it was definitely like faster so that we wouldn't like sync, at all. And that was a great challenge because very easy to sync.
And faster usually is better.
Turns out,
if you've got it loaded.
Listen to my podcast with Dax.
Yes. There's a lot of nicotine in that too.
I feel like maybe there,
a lot of speed of natural.
All of a sudden, I was like, well, like it was so. It was so fast that the button on my pants kept on popping. I was like, bing! Like we couldn't. Like it was just nuts. So fast.
I sat with him and Kristen Bell up in Alaska and John Goddess.
Oh, Goddess.
John, who's also the fastest brain.
Oh yeah. Oh, intimidating.
In the world.
100%. Yes, very intimidating. And a sweetie.
Yes.
Yeah. Her like compass is just due north.
Yep.
Like it's always, it's like really, really inspirational.
About life, about contributions, about charity, about giving back, about
parenthood,
getting home
work. Yeah.
God help you if you kept fucking up during The Good Place, or I was a little lazy about learning my lines that day. She adored me.
Oh, yeah,
And
clearly.
And she's demonstratively adores me. And if I started to fuck up, she'd nail me with a look. And it was like, if you keep me from my dinner with my children, I don't care who you are, I will rip you a new one.
Good for her. Yeah. I mean, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, that's when we did, because we did Bad Moms, all the Bad Mom stuff. And she was a very young mom. Like,
that's right.
She was very, very young. So was Mila. My kids were a little bit older. We stayed in a legitimately haunted house in New Orleans while we were shooting, which was so fun. But it was such a pleasure getting in a triangle with the two of them. It really sometimes, you never know. And it was like, it just was like.
Yeah, you all three of you are very cool ladies. Cleveland Heights.
Yes. Ohio.
Is that part of Cleveland? Forgive my ignorance.
Yeah,
is it the
Cleveland Heights
rich part of Cleveland?
No,
Cleveland Heights usually means rich.
You're right. The Heights in this case, I would say, was minimal. And the West Side was definitely considered the more wealthy side.
Gotcha.
Huge lawns. You know what I mean? Like a lot of sprinklers. I remember the trick-or-treating over there was much better than the trick-or-treating in my neighborhood. But it was like, one of those neighborhoods where we walked to school, to St. Anne's, like over on Christmas, they had the little votaries lining the street to go to, mass. Like trick-or-treating was so rad. So yeah, it was a real, a sweet, sweet neighborhood for sure.
Just a parentheses, because I want to keep going on this. But if I had a little video of that 6, 7, 8-year-old, would I go, yep, that's Kathryn Hahn?
Yes.
You were there.
She was there, but maybe she was very shy. But she definitely had a uniform on that her mom got, thinking that she would grow 7 dress sizes by the time that she graduated. So one could pull it off from the top, which was fun. I had to wear shorts.
Yeah.
I had, you had to wear saddle shoes.
This is Catholic school now? Or
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was from kindergarten to high school.
Oh, wow.
And
same one?
No. It went from co-ed elementary to single-sex high school.
Which explains a lot, Kathryn. But go on, because I went to a single-sex Episcopal school in Connecticut. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. Yes, but my tricky. I had saddle shoes that looks like Bozo the Clown. Like they were so big on me. Again, because I think she thought I was going to go from a 6 to an 11 and a half. So, yes, that was me. A lot of that was messy Kathy for sure.
But you already, I read, knew something here with entertaining or acting or performing. Yeah. What was that?
Well, I was the oldest. I have 2 brothers. At St. Anne's, they had stuff to do at mass. So my shirt's on backwards. Anyway, detail.
Wow.
Please. Anyway, tangents. It's fine.
It's very fetching.
Okay,
probably a smidge itching.
Mock turtle on the front. Unexpected. Okay. I thought I was like, oh, is she getting a rash? Okay, I'm glad to know. Catholic school.
Yeah.
So my parents, I think,
if you had that old uniform, you could just turn it around without even getting out of it. Yeah.
That's why I'm real good at a quick change. Yeah. I really know how to do it. Catholic school, we went there because it was the cheapest private education, and Catholic school was it was just our families, it was what it was for generations. And I loved going to I really did going to high school, a single-sex high school, because
there are advantages.
Well, especially for a young woman human to be able to raise her hand, and it was actually cool to be smart.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to hide yourself with the boys around.
How awful.
Yeah. And I liked a uniform because it there was an equality. I didn't have to kind of keep up with everybody. And so I actually kind of didn't mind it. I had a couple of really radical nuns that were incredibly intellectual that I had deep empathy for because of probably the reasons that they became nuns at a time where there were very little options, but very intellectual.
Did you pick that up, intuit it, or did
I think
they
I
put
picked
it out?
that up.
Yeah.
So it may or may not be true.
Right.
But that's kind of was my feeling. They were very moving to me, and also into the theater. And so to get back to like what we have been talking about, like I felt that I could almost be more myself or tell the truth easier when I was saying someone else's lines. It felt safe to me to be on stage. It felt like I had like an autonomy over like the arc. Like as soon as it started, that was mine and the people I were like working with. And it felt so much better than kind of like, hunching my way through grade school and being afraid to raise my hand then. And I felt an instant kind of gratification from it. I did something at St. Anne's, Salty the Psalm Book, okay, with a PS. And then I went right to the Cleveland Playhouse, which was like our
big deal, by the way. Cleveland Playhouse is one of the important theaters, regional theaters.
Yeah. Paul Newman, a lot of human beings. But of course, it's one of those that had to lose their space. Funding is being, stripped away.
Let's talk about that in a little while. But yeah.
So, I mean, they're not even where they had been, but I grew up in these little black box theaters, like with those ghost lamps and like watching these regional theater actors that would just do a gazillion different plays, and they all played different parts in it. And I was literally, they had literally something called a curtain puller. And I was not able to do that by the time they got there, but we were definitely invested. Where we did classes was an old department store. Like it just folded. And so like I remember being dropped off on Saturday mornings, seeing that there was like a huge dark department store with like dummies and like old racks. And it was so terrifying. And we would go like explore. And then there was a, what are those machines called where you could like put quarters in and get stuff?
Like an automat kind of thing?
Yeah, but it was like a small thing. Oh God, you guys know. Snickers bars.
Yeah.
Vending machine.
Thank you.
So I would get a big old Snickers and a Pepsi and just like hang out with the actors. And it was like
magic.
I never wanted to do anything else. It was like, Ted. Ted.
I got a Ted and a snort. A Ted and a snort.
Ted. It was like I didn't make a decision. I'm sure I wonder, like, I feel like a lot of actors would see this. It was like, it was just all of a sudden, that's who I was. Like, there was no, I didn't know what it would look like. I certainly didn't know how it would happen, but I just was, that was it.
Yeah,
that was just
I had the same thing. It really is running away to the circus.
It feels like reckless and safe, and it's like chosen family. And I just loved the feeling like of being backstage and all having your Bob Mackie makeup or whatever that like thick stuff was. And you know what I mean?
Pancake makeup. No, you're too young for pancake.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Really?
You should have seen my old age makeup. It was fantastic. Although I switched the highlight and the low light, so it was like a skeleton. I look like Skeletor.
Now, it's so funny. I used to practice old age makeup. Now I'm going, fuck. See, I go around pretending
you look
that
fantastic.
Fantastic.
What if you just wore pancake old age makeup?
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel. It's so funny. Totally. I feel like I'm going along with the, even when I say I'm 77, it's like I'm going along with this. Not really.
Sure.
It's false humility.
Sure.
And then I look at myself on screen and it's like, fuck. I'm 77.
I cannot. I've never been able to watch a monitor. Like, I can't do it.
No.
I can watch the thing. But I can, every time it's like, ooh, I can't, because I just immediately know I'll be thinking about the wrong thing.
You'll be I judge myself.
Me too.
When I'm not
I'm
looking
holding
at
on by
myself, I'm
Me too.
fucking Brando, Olivia, whatever.
Sure.
I love it.
Me
I'm joyful
too.
and
Yes.
it's wonderful.
Me too. Like
That
if
goes
someone
away.
needs to move move me or tell me like something technical, I'm great. But it goes away. And all of a sudden there is like, you're with the person, you're like in the best place ever. Like you're, that's my favorite. It's like when they say action, it's like right before action is that little like moment is my favorite. And then all of a sudden there's like, I hate that feeling.
Me
I hate
too.
that feeling with lines too.
So, any scars from Catholic schools? I didn't have scars from the Episcopal.
Yeah, you didn't? No, Episcopal
No.
was pretty.
It's a watered down.
Yeah.
Catholic.
Yeah.
Did
Did you have to wear uniforms?
In that it was khakis or something and a sport coat and tie.
Ooh.
Yeah, every day.
Okay.
Chapel every morning, 6:37.
Oh,
Church Sunday, full high mass, incense, the whole deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
That smell I miss.
Yeah, boy,
I
isn't it
loved it.
funny how smells take you instantly back?
Instantly. Instantly I smell it and I'm waiting in line to go into the confessional. And
Yeah, we didn't do that.
oh,
that
you
much.
didn't do that.
No, wow.
This was like us waiting. It was like you could hear everything. It was like right there. It was like all was kind of like, everyone I remember sitting there like, I don't know. Bless me, Father. I said, shit 5 times in the last
Did you make stuff up that you
Yes.
knew was just barely bad, but okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't have like that much bad stuff until like high school.
Yeah.
And then we didn't have to do it. But in elementary school, it was like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, get me out of here. It was just so hot and annoying. We had to be quiet. And you could kind of see them through the grate. And I was like, I just talked to you. Like, there's no reason to have like this fake, like, mesh thing between us. Because like, hello, Father,
All of these are none of my business questions.
Sure.
Are your kids, have they been exposed to
My
church of
husband
some
is
kind?
Jewish. And so they both were bar and bat mitzvahed.
Very good.
I kind of like, but we're kind of like both just open to what they are, what grabs them. And so like it was a very progressive bar and bat mitzvah. And, but they took a lot out of it. There was definitely a service aspect that they had to complete by the end. And that is kind of, I loved it as a rite of passage for them.
Sure.
Into teenagehood, that like their family was able to come. We did it in our living room. Like it was, that was pretty great. And we belong to a pretty, radical temple that doesn't actually have like a space. It kind of like borrows spaces. Like, so it'll be at an Episcopalian church actually, or it'll be like at a rec center I don't have to go. We don't go all the time, but it's always nourishing when I
It's
do.
the one thing I think Mary and I maybe both have the same minor regret because our kids are magnificent.
I hear you though.
Is that we didn't expose them. I was to church or faith or I mean, they get faith is different than church, I think.
Yes.
But anyway.
Yeah, I feel like spirituality is like the next frontier, certainly for myself. Like I'm like, okay, now it's about spirituality. It kind of had been like racy for a while.
Yeah.
And now it feels like, especially like this next chapter after kids going. And I similarly have like a little regret that we didn't have like either like a Sunday roast or like a Shabbat dinner every week, like something like
community
that was like, no matter what's going on, like you have to show up.
I know.
And like, I really, that's something I definitely do regret. But they're both like, my son more than my daughter, but they're both, no, I'm going to say my daughter too. They're both very, it's like curious people, spiritual people. So even though we don't have like a regular, like no one would say they're Catholic or they're Jewish. I love that they're exposed to both and all of it. Like, they went to church when we would go home to Cleveland, and like we'd go to like the Cleveland or the Christmas Eve Mass, which was always so fun.
I do that with my mom because it meant so much to her.
It meant so much. Yeah. Means a ton.
And it meant the same to me. But on my own, I didn't pretty much.
No.
After high school,
But do you ever go when you travel and you see a church or like a,
But only to say hi to Mom.
Oh gosh.
That's so clearly. I remember sitting there, my father, I don't know even how many, 15 to 20 years ago, my mom and my father, I think, passed away. But my dad is forever present. Or we're going to a different conversation until recently. Can we go there?
Please, I want to go there.
You're the most amazing actor.
No, I want to go to where you're talking.
Can I put a pin in that?
Fine.
And because you are. You're spectacular, and I love watching you.
Oh, Ted, this is...
But I also loved reading the other stuff that you were talking about, how you manage your dreams. You know, you did. You said that sometimes, forgive me. I think I have a quote from you that said that I like going into my dreams and giving my dreams a purpose.
Oh, yeah, I do. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially if like sleep is elusive. If I ask a question or if like there's something wiggly about a part, something happens, whatever dream, no matter what it is, you can't help but have something is going to connect. You don't have to write it down, you don't have to do anything, but there's something connects in it.
And if you're purposeful about it, it does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It helps with sleep.
There's this wonderful, I don't know what tribe and what continent, that when their kids would wake up with a nightmare, this would be someplace in Africa, I can't remember where it was, but the kid was crying because a lion was chasing him and was about to eat him. And they comforted him and said, okay, so tomorrow night when you have this dream, you turn around to that lion and you tell that lion, and empowers the child within the dream to go, nope.
Oh.
And that to me is like life.
It is.
It's not like, sweet dream thing for a little kid. It's about you do manifest your life. You are not a victim.
You are your thoughts.
Life.
Yeah. I was reading this. Well, two things. My friend who, we all know people that lost everything in these fires. And my friend did in Altadena. And she said when she would first fall asleep after it, she would go into her home.
Oh, wow.
Of course, like was just where she was. Like she would just be walking around her house. And at a certain point, to your point, she would have to put up a do not enter sign on her front door. Like she had to think of that so that she would not go inside. Because otherwise she was just kept remembering. She couldn't sleep at all. And so that's so moving to me that she was able to manifest.
Yeah.
Like a protection shield for herself. But I'm so with you. I just read, it's going to sound like, but I just read this book called, it's Pema Chodron. Have you read How We Live is How We Die?
No.
Oh.
But I love the title.
It's basically how we approach change. How we, every single day that we live is and how we are not our thoughts and how much suffering we, all that. But it's an incredible, very, it's one of those books that you're I had to read it again a few times because it is so true. Just makes so much sense. You're just of course.
I used to I would explore different spiritual thoughts or philosophies or whatever throughout my life. And not as a student, but as a curious person. And I remember when my mother was passing away, I would take the night shift because my sister needed her sleep and she'd do the day sleep. And this was after my mom had stopped really being there. There was 2 weeks. First week was just glorious. We just all celebrated her life together with her. Okay. And then the last 2 or 3 days, she wasn't really present, but her body was still. And I remember thinking all of my spiritual, philosophical thoughts went flying out the window. Mm-hmm. And I was left with, I don't know.
Yeah.
She might, or she's about to. But I have no idea. And it simplified my life. My life became try to be in the moment and do the right thing. And you do know what the right thing is.
Yes, we do. Yes.
And it simplified my life. And stay curious. And now at 77, because you are bumping into a lot of stuff. That could be fearful or uncomfortable or challenging or whatever. Stay curious. I remember hearing, sorry, I'm rambling.
No,
I remember
love
somebody, Jeff Bridges had cancer a while ago, and I think it's okay to say, because he's talked about it, but I asked his brother, how's Jeff? And he said, well, he's Jeff. He goes, wow, what is this going to be like? Oh, I'm so curious
Oh my God.
to discover what this cancer is going to be like. Look at me. And that attitude of staying curious.
Yeah.
Is pretty much, I think,
that's the
way to go.
That's definitely like this. Seems like the superpower is like also just keeps a point outside yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It just doesn't. You keep like getting outside oneself. Like that's what I'm realizing. The older I get, it's like okay, just be outside like find a point over there, whatever it means, and just like. Put my focus
which is
there.
what good acting is too, by the way. Really,
yeah,
pay attention to your partner.
Yeah, no, it's true. Listening with every single like part of you, for sure.
How do you guys relate? Do you have?
We don't. We live completely separate lives.
Yeah.
That's how we've done it for 30 years.
Does he know where you're living now or no?
Sometimes he'll get like a piece of mail and he'll know kind of where I've been. No, it's a freaking journey. 30 years is a long time.
You fight for it every day.
You have to fight for it. We have to go, especially since like one of two kids is now like, for all intents and purposes, he's launched. We're like, wow, okay, looking at each other like, we gotta invest in this. Like, this is the time now to like go on some weekend trips and like, rediscover ourselves and make sure like that we're okay for when she goes in 2 years, because we don't want to just look at each other and be like, I don't know.
Empty house syndrome is overblown.
It is.
We loved it.
You loved it. I love hearing this. Because right now I'm feeling so sorry for myself.
If you do it, they're coming back. They never go away.
They never go away.
No, come on.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like my friend was like, you are going to do his laundry in November.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, don't worry about it. And I'm like, I know. But it just hits you like, I just didn't expect to be like, oh, that changes so fast from like being his mom to being like his peer. Not peer, but you know what I mean? Like I got to like speak to him on the level. Like got to.
You do become more interesting as a parent.
I think so too.
When they're out in the world.
Yes.
Because all of their it's like, oh shoot, well, wait, what is this?
No, I'm finding that like even our text relationship is becoming like much more like just feels like, okay, I'm really into like this. We went to Ireland for 2 weeks this summer too, the two of us, which I'd never been to Ireland.
Your son.
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful.
He had been backpacking through Europe, like hostel to hostel, and which is the greatest. He loved it. Met so many cool people. And then I kind of like swooped him up and we went to Ireland for 2 weeks. And I rented a car. I drove
Stayed in
us
nicer
all.
hotels.
We were able to do his laundry. Yeah. I was laughing though because I was like, his laundry, the cost of doing it at this hotel was probably 5 times as much as actually the worth of his clothing at that point. But it was a dream. We had like pints together and like, yeah, it was actually really, and I think that's when I kind of mourned it the most because he went off to like finish his trip and it was like, okay. Like, I kind of went upstairs, threw myself on the bed, like wailed, like like banshee. And then it was like, all right.
Another thing, sorry.
Tell me, please.
You're into birthing your children out into the world. I'm talking about my mother dying. So you can see where.
No, it's all the same.
It is all the same. And one of the things I realized when I was mourning my mother's passing, and I was 57 maybe. I was very successful in life. I was so happily married. I had kids out in the world. And when I would have the time to walk on the beach and have a good cry, the cry was a 9-year-old boy going, God. What am I ever going to do? How can I go on?
Oh,
just in that moment. And then I went on. But I don't think you realize what it's, I got mother in that moment. Your mother, who literally is the reason why you're taking a breath. Every, cell in your body came from her. It's like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I gave her enough credit while she was alive. I did, but not. Of course
you did, but
not
like,
to that level.
I hear you. I lost my dad 2 years ago, and
ouch.
And
doesn't matter how old you are. It's ouch.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. but I was able, like, I had the privilege of being I got there and he had already had like a big stroke. So it was kind of he left it all to me. And I knew that, he didn't want to be what is it called? When you're like, decide what, oh my God, my brain.
Will, testament? No. Oh, do I live or die? Do you pull the plug or not? Sorry, whatever that is.
Yeah. So that was very clear. And I remember we did it. We dimmed the lights. We played Frank Sinatra. I laid down and took a nap because I'd just flown there. And then he's in Cleveland. And as I woke up, the sweet nurse tapped me on the shoulder and she was like, okay, it's getting close. So in my mind, he let me have this rest. And I got really close to him and we were breathing together. My husband left the room. My brothers were out here, but I made sure one of my brothers got to talk to him on the phone. And Ethan left and we kind of breathed together, as his breath was getting longer and longer. We were felt very connected during it. And when it happened, when it finally was he takes that breath and it just doesn't come out again. And I'd never seen him so relaxed. There was something about it that was the weight of personality kind of fell off.
Yeah.
And it was so vulnerable. I'd never seen him that vulnerable. And, there was that moment where all of a sudden the roof of the hospital room was just sky. It was a really profound experience. So yeah, it was I'm so honored that and so happy that I was able to be there for that because it was touch and go. But yeah, it's deep.
It's deep. You know what else? It's because they do, if your life is blessed that you die before your children, one of the gifts you give them is this is how you do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what the book is. You die as you live, or you live.
How we live is how we die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it still holds.
Yeah.
But, keep going. Stay curious.
Yes.
Right up until, and including the end.
Yes.
Don't, I think you have a responsibility to show those who are coming after you that this is part of life.
Yeah. How you face
this
change.
moment is as much part of your life as your birth.
How you face change. Do you get tense and fear it, or can you flow through it and feel everything? And it's
if you're around when I pass, and I'm going, no,
I will
remind
me. I
will
will hold the Kindle. Mary would be fine with that if I just kind of came in with the Kindle or the audiobook for sure. For sure.
Very cool.
Oh.
5 years from now, magic wand. Where are you? What are you doing?
Okay, 5 years from now.
5 to 10 in that range.
Okay, great. I would love to be on some land. I don't know where it is, but I would love to have some land, some quiet.
Farmland, woods, land to walk.
Woods, yeah. I want dogs just walking around without leashes on.
Yeah.
I want a bunch of them. I want maybe some other animals. I want a stone barn. I want to be in a next chapter with my husband that just feels proud and again analog and having time, trusting that we can have time. I want ideally our kids will just come visit on the regular with their families. There's so many places I still want to see on this planet. I love travel. We've been to some really crazy places. And I would love to investigate what people I could play as I get older and older. I'm very curious. Again.
Me too. I mean, one of the things I said recently is I want to know what it's like to try to be funny at every age I'm given.
100%.
And that's why I love Mike Shore. He has given me that.
Yes, there's so many parts that I couldn't do 20 years ago that I feel I'm especially I can't wait to go. I'd love to be back in theater. I haven't been able to do it since my son was a year. I'd love to, I would love to feel good in this country. I would love to feel like this is exactly where I'm so happy to be here. I'm so proud to be here. I mean, that would be the dream. Sunday roasts. I want to get into Sunday roasts.
Yes.
Yeah, I really, really do. Like just putting it in the oven and have a whole Sunday of people coming over and leaving and eating.
It's very English, Sunday roast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's very English. I think that's why when I heard it, I was like, that's the way to do it. Like that is the way to do it. They know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a dream.
It's become a pub thing. You get the best Sunday roasts in pubs.
Yes. I love a Sunday roast. But I can't, that would actually be the dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so happy I got to spend time with you.
Ted Danson.
You're a delight. Yeah.
I'm so grateful that this happened. And
Me too.
I really was a pleasure getting to know your brain a little bit.
Yeah, you too.
And your heart. This was really sweet, intense, and good. Just keep petering off to the end.
No, just give me one last snort and I'll be happy.
Now
There
see,
we
it felt
go.
a little manufactured, but that's okay.